You're doing the responsible thing. Every month, you move money into your savings account. You skip stuff. You tell yourself no. You're being disciplined. You're being smart. And yet, 5 years from now, you're gonna look back and realize something that's genuinely gonna sting. That money you've been so carefully protecting? It's been quietly losing value the entire time. Not because you spent it. Not because something went wrong. But because of one saving mistake that nobody warned you about. And it's already costing you thousands. Nobody talks about this one. Everyone tells you to save money. Save more. Save earlier. Save consistently. And that advice isn't wrong. But it's dangerously incomplete. Because how you save matters just as much as whether you save. And most people are doing it in a way that's silently bleeding their financial future dry. By the end of this video, you're gonna understand exactly what that mistake is, what it's actually costing you in real dollars, and the simple fix that changes everything going forward. Let's talk about what saving actually looks like for most Americans right now. You get paid. You cover rent, groceries, car payment, utilities, maybe some student loan stuff. And whatever's left, if anything's left, you move it into a savings account. Maybe $200. Maybe $400, maybe $100 on a tough month. And that account just sits there, growing slowly, barely moving. But it's there. It feels safe. It feels responsible. You check it every now and then. The number goes up. Not fast, but up. And that little upward movement gives you just enough comfort to feel like you're making progress. But here's what's actually happening while you feel good about that number going up. Inflation is moving faster. The real purchasing power of that money, what it can actually buy you in the real world, is shrinking every single month. Quietly. Invisibly. Without touching the number on your screen. You're not losing money on paper. But in reality, you're getting poorer. And the longer this goes on, the bigger the damage becomes. Here's why this mistake is so hard to catch. Humans are wired to trust visible numbers. If the number in your savings account goes from $3,000 to $3,200, your brain registers that as progress. As winning. As doing the right thing. What your brain cannot see, and what nobody shows you, is the invisible number running in the opposite direction. The purchasing power number. The real value number. Behavioral economists call this money illusion. It's the tendency to think about money in nominal terms, the actual dollar amount, rather than real terms, what those dollars can actually buy. And it's one of the most expensive cognitive biases that ordinary people fall into. Because it feels like safety while actually being a slow leak. Think about it this way. If your savings account is earning 0.5% interest and inflation is running at 4%, you're not breaking even. You're losing 3.5% of your real purchasing power every single year. On $10,000, that's $350 gone. Silently. Annually. Without a single bad decision on your part. Over 5 years, on that same $10,000, the cumulative loss in real purchasing power can reach well into the thousands. Not because you did anything wrong. Because you trusted the wrong tool for the job. So here's the brutal truth nobody wants to say out loud. A traditional savings account is not a wealth-building tool. It never was. It's a parking spot. A short-term holding area. A place for money you're gonna need soon. That's it. That's its job. And it does that job fine. But somewhere along the way, millions of Americans started treating their savings account like it was a financial strategy. Like putting money there was the goal. Like watching that number grow slowly was actually building wealth. It's not. And the cost of that confusion isn't small. The average American household that keeps long-term savings in a low-yield account instead of investing it loses an estimated tens of thousands of dollars in potential growth over a decade. Real money. Real opportunity. Gone. Not from bad luck. From a misunderstanding about what savings accounts are actually for. Here's how you fix it. 3 moves. Practical. Starting this week. Move 1. Separate your money by purpose. This is the most important mindset shift you can make. Not all money has the same job. Money you're gonna need in the next 3 to 6 months, emergency fund, upcoming bills, planned expenses, that stays in a savings account. That's its job. Safety and accessibility. Money you don't need for 5 years or more, that money has a completely different job. Its job is to grow. And a savings account earning 0.5% cannot do that job. The mistake most people make is treating all their saved money the same way. Same account. Same low interest. Same slow drain. Separating by purpose is the foundation of everything else. Move 2. Make your short-term savings actually work. Even for the money that stays in savings, the emergency fund, the accessible cash, you don't have to accept 0.1% or 0.5%. High-yield savings accounts have been offering significantly better rates. Some consistently offering rates that actually give your short-term money a fighting chance against inflation. Same FDIC protection. Same accessibility. Just a dramatically better return on money that's sitting there anyway. If your emergency fund is sitting in a big bank savings account earning next to nothing, you're leaving real money on the table every single month for absolutely no reason. That's a fixable problem. This week. Today even. Move 3. Put long-term money to work in the market. Here's where the real thousands come from. Money you don't need for 5+ years, money sitting in a low-yield savings account, has historically had a dramatically better alternative available to it. Broad market index funds tracking the overall U.S. stock market have returned roughly 10% annually on average over long periods. Compare that to 0.5% in a savings account. On $10,000 over 10 years, the difference between those two paths is roughly $15,000 to $17,000. Real dollars. Real difference. You don't need to be a stock picker. You don't need to understand complicated financial instruments. A simple low-cost index fund, total market or S&P 500, is where long-term money has historically had its best chance to grow. The key word is long-term. This isn't for money you need next year. This is for money that has time. And time is exactly what turns a small consistent gap into a massive long-term difference. Start small if you need to. $50 a month. $100 a month. The amount matters less than the habit and the time horizon. Picture yourself 10 years from now. 2 versions of you. Version 1 kept doing what most people do. Paycheck comes in. Bills go out. Leftover money parks in a savings account earning almost nothing. Feels responsible. Feels safe. But 10 years later, that money has barely kept up with inflation. The purchasing power is quietly lower than it should be. The opportunity cost is real and painful. Version 2 made 3 moves. Separated money by purpose. Moved short-term savings to a high-yield account. Started putting long-term money into the market consistently. Same income. Same discipline. Same monthly savings habit. But 10 years later, version 2 has potentially tens of thousands more in real wealth. Not because of luck. Not because of risk. Because of understanding what each dollar's actual job is. That difference, that gap between those 2 versions, starts with a decision made today. Not a dramatic one. Not a complicated one. Just an informed one. The saving mistake costing you thousands isn't spending too much. It's saving wrong. It's trusting a tool that was never designed to build wealth and expecting it to build wealth anyway. It's watching a number go up on a screen and calling that progress when inflation is quietly running in the opposite direction. You're not bad with money. You were just never told the full truth about how money actually works. Now you know. And knowing changes what you do next. Not tomorrow. Not someday. This week. If this changed how you think about your savings, subscribe. Every week, one honest video about building real financial stability in the modern world. No hype. No shortcuts. Just the stuff that actually matters.